Hello, good morning to all. I'm Srikant Sant. I'm Associate Professor in Community Physiotherapy from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam College of Physiotherapy, Loni, and I'm here to discuss about artificial intelligence in physiotherapy education and practice. So before start, I just want to express my gratitude towards Dr. Subhash Khatri sir, who is not only my guide but also mentor throughout my career, and teachers like him encourage the students to explore the new possibilities and new developments of the profession. So thank you, sir. And also I thank to all the organizing team who let me uh, become a small part of this event. So thank you very much. So for starting, in current age of technology, we cannot just rely on traditional circular pattern and need to include the upcoming technological advances which will enable our students or us and practitioners to provide more effective health services along with the ethical approach. The artificial intelligence is revolutionary technology which opens up many more doors in education sectors for reaching up masses and creating more comprehensive environment. So we will move forward to just take a glance of this topic, and as this is a vast space in which there could be infinite possibilities, so we will cover as much as possible in this progress. So what is AI or artificial intelligence? As many of you may be already aware that software is the main functioning process, or we can say a physiological process of any computer, and it decides the capacity of processing the data of the computer. Artificial intelligence is also a program or a software. Artificial intelligence can be defined as a branch of computer science that can stimulate human intelligence. The artificial intelligence is implemented in machines to perform tasks that actually require human intelligence, and it leverages the computers and machines to mimic the problem solving and decision making capabilities of human mind. There are different types of artificial intelligence, that is logic based or algorithmic. This was the previous one. In past it has been developed around 1955 to 75. It is a logic machine and that can reason just algorithmic problems. The second type is knowledge based or presentational types of artificial intelligence. This was developed between 70 to 99, and it can understand different languages and behaviors of humans. Intelligence represented in knowledge based interactions. So you give some problem to the machine and the machine will use some algorithm to solve the problem. In 2005 onwards, the new types of AIs started developing, that is data driven. So algorithms that minimize the prediction or clustering errors are known as artificial neural networks and machine learning languages. So what is machine learning? If you see nowadays, this term machine learning is used very commonly and frequently in the IT world. Major IT companies are creating courses, programs, softwares for this machine learning. So generally you create a program with algorithm for solving any problem. So that program processes the data according to algorithm and it finds its solution. But in machine learning, instead of that, how to do things, you don't have to tell how to do things, but you tell what the goal is. So what is the end product will be. Open source development tools and freely accessible pre-trained machine learning languages or models are available. The example is Google language, Google AI, and there are many more software companies which are providing this type of open learning environments. So if you understand the point, you let the machine learn itself that how to solve the program and just provide you with the desired goal or a solution. There are infinite possibilities of using artificial intelligence in various sectors, from day-to-day life to the critical sectors like defense, healthcare, finances, etc. And there are few examples I'm going to discuss here. So, speech recognition. It is also known as automatic speech recognition, ASR. This is the computer speech recognition programs or speech to text, and it is a capability which uses natural language processing or NLP to process human speech into a written format. Many mobile devices incorporate speech recognition and in their systems to conduct voice search. For example, now Siri. A lot of you may be using Apple phones, so you know about Siri. There is also Google Assistant, or provide uh, many more accessibilities around texting, like Alexa is doing that, and Google Assistant, etc. So there are many examples of speech recognition softwares, as you can see. Other example is customer services, like online chatbots, which are replacing human agents along with the customer journey. They answer frequently asked questions, FAQs, around topics like personalized advices, like on financial websites. There may be a small chatbot which will help you to find the exact policies you need or sort of that things. Also cross selling of the products and suggestions for the users. It changed the way of thinking about customer engagement and across the websites and social media platforms. There are many examples, as I said, but some are like e-commerce sites, messaging apps, Facebook Messenger. These tasks usually done by virtual assistants and voice assistants. Next example can be a computer vision. That is, AI technology enables computers and systems to derive the meaningful information from digital images. Videos and other visual inputs are also processed in such type of programs. And based on these inputs, it can take actions. This ability to provide recommendations distinguishes it from image recognition tasks. Powered by convolutional neural networks, we learned what is machine language or machine learning language. The computer vision has application within photo tagging in social media. Like if you tag a photo on a Facebook, you will find that it can give you suggestions of the names based on the photo. Similarly, radiology imaging in healthcare and self-driving cars within the automotive industry, which is the upcoming future of automobile industry. So this is the small video. You can easily guess that this musician had just a mechanical arm before, but after receiving AI-enabled arm, it helped him to get the desired fine movements for effectively playing the instruments. This mechanical prosthesis had very limited mobility and no flexibility for some of the fine movements. So, artificial intelligence can revolutionize the rehabilitation process by providing identified patterns to your movements and make it more natural. I'll just play the video.
After my accident, we wanted to get me back on the kit and playing drums like I used to. My normal prosthetic uses basic mechanics, so very limited things what you can do. With TensorFlow on this new arm, it allows us to be way more accurate and controlled with the patterns that I want to play. I can actually feel the feedback from the arm, and it feels as close to a real hand as you can get. So that's super awesome.
So, if you can see, it is just not just a mechanical arm or just a prosthesis which is helpful, but also the program or software which is controlling that hand. Here TensorFlow is a company example of a company which provides such type of programs which can be helpful in rehabilitation purposes. Another examples can be recommendation engines, like using the past behavior or past search history of you. The AI algorithms can help you to discover data trends that can be used to develop more effective cross-selling strategies. This is used to make relevant add-on recommendations for customers during checkout process for online shoppings. Google Search, Microsoft Bing, Amazon Search. These are some of the AI-powered search engines which uses the previous history of your search, which can help you to find out the exact product. And also automated stock trading. So this automated stock trading engines are optimized for stock portfolios. AI-driven high-frequency trading platforms which make thousands or even millions of trades per day without human intervention. So if any one of you is interested in share market and they are dealing daily basis, so you can identify that these stock market engines are also a very expansive use of AI in day-to-day basis. Coming towards the education sector, so student learning and teacher supporting methods or system supporting methods. So in these type of utilizations, AI can be used, like intelligent tutoring systems, dialogue based tutoring systems, language learning applications, then exploratory learning environment, formative writing evaluations, learning network orchestrators, and language learning applications, as I said before. Then these type of applications can help the student to create the environment which is more individualized for them. As an educator, I can understand that there are two types of students: slow learning and fast learning. So there may be the different requirement for each student, and these type of environments can provide them the individualized services which will help to learn the concept more faster than the traditional learning environments. These are some of the examples which are existing, and these artificial intelligence systems are working for assessment in education. So intelligent essay assessor, this is the website on which you can find out that you can just paste your essay, and this essay assessor will assess the different types of um, uh, phrases and different types of sentences, and just like your spelling and grammar check, this is also intelligence based services from Microsoft Word, where you can assess your writing for spelling and grammar in different times. Similarly, there are other methods or other assessment softwares available online. You can easily go and find it on a website. In healthcare, AI can provide an umbrella, so umbrella term. So it can describe the applications of the machine learning algorithms and other cognitive technologies in medical settings. Uh, the use of machines to analyze and act on medical data, usually with the goal of predicting a particular outcome, is what expected in healthcare. A machine can now read human tissue and process it. It can predict the likelihood of the tissue being tumor in 100 seconds. So for the process which is required to analyze this sample and to do the different tests on that, and then find out that if it is a tumor or sort of malignant or benign, that you can do in 100 seconds, and this is available in different universities throughout the world. It is available in different medical centers, and this new technology has completely changed the landscape of surgeons who need the tissue biopsy. So you can refer this website for detailed information about this software. But this is how AI can change what is required for your day-to-day basis uh, practice. And this is just one example. There are thousands of other softwares being developed right now also. Coming towards the next video. So this video is self-explanatory in many aspects. It predicts the level of infusion of technology in healthcare sector. And now today we all can relate with the necessity of this invention because we are going through a pandemic situation and presence of healthcare professional is almost impossible for all the needy patients. So this type of technologies can help you to reach maximum patients at single time. So without wasting time, we'll just see the video. So just imagine that uh, a doctor is coming to your house without actually being present, and he's communicating with you face to face. So that gives a lot of good vibes, isn't it? So this technology is something which is very useful in countries like India, where there is already a scarcity of healthcare professionals. In physiotherapy, our primary question in our mind is do physiotherapy need AI, or is there any scope of using AI in physiotherapy assessments, diagnostic measures, or management part? So now I can imagine that most of you will be agree that yes, because physiotherapy profession needs accuracy in assessment, diagnosis, and precision in management planning. And AI could definitely enhance our skills in those factors. Also, the current subjective assessment can be standardized with AI algorithms. Remote or telephysiotherapy without much stress on time, money, and manpower can be executed with the help of AI. And also, there is an interesting virtual experience which may also increase the adherence to the exercise, which is a huge problem, specifically in geriatric patients. And the most important part of all, because I'm also a bioethics educator for physiotherapy students, AI can uh, transform the thought process of healthcare professionals towards human emotions. So now you know that because we generally become rigid to the emotions of patients due to day-to-day practice, and you understand the importance of something when somebody pushes you towards it. You will understand the importance of human emotions when you will start using AI, because then you will find that yes, human touch is very important. You will start realizing that how much dry you were when you are treating patients on day-to-day basis, and how you need to see that each patient with same empathy and same care, same the emotional touch. As I said before, a traditional curriculum is not enough for enabling students to weaponize the modern tools in their practice. So, the physiotherapy education should transit, or should have that transition in its curriculum to integrate the three fundamental literacies now. That is data literacy, technology literacy, and human literacy. So, these three factors must be included in our education system. Nowadays, one term is very much famous in specifically IT professionals, that is deep learning. Now, deep learning or machine learning is tomorrow's future. It may enable physiotherapy students to develop, evaluate, and apply the algorithms in clinical practice. We will need to develop creative capacity and personal human connection instead of routine cognitive skills in emerging physios. We need to accelerate the formation of ecosystem to develop skills related to the technology and creative thinking in physiotherapy. So we should not be just limited to what is traditionally taught, but we should update it regularly for opening up new doors in day-to-day practice and also in a education system. There are some startups or some new companies which are coming, uh, which are including the AI into physiotherapy profession. Like you can see that Sword Health, this is one of the startup, which is a web-based platform where remote clinical teams can view and analyze the patient's condition and accordingly they create the management plan. Yes, mostly they provide the home healthcare plan, but it can also help the local physiotherapists to connect with them and to develop the comprehensive physiotherapy treatment. Another one is Kaya Health. So this is the startup which has created Motion Coach, an app that tracks the motion of the points on the body using iOS or Android devices front-facing camera, and these movements can be analyzed in a biomechanical point of view. Other one is PhysiTrack, which is a which has created a Physi app. PhysiTrack is a startup which created this app, and this is created by international company PhysiTrack. It is an app for iPads and iPhones that tracks patients' exercise performance, adherence, and outcomes. It also features anatomical imagery with 3D content provided by Primal Pictures. So if you have um, browsed on a YouTube, you can find that Primal Pictures, or even on a web, you will find that they have created a 3D images of all your body parts, and which is very helpful for teaching the students different anatomical concepts and biomechanical concepts also. The next startup is Bionic, which has provided the mechanical rehabilitation device that works with the hands, wrists, and arms, and also it guides the patient to perform different exercises uh, with exact movements in the correct way and provide the assistance as needed. So this is sort of you can say a junction or a mix of AI and the robotic technologies. So if you have enjoyed the video, you may already have understood that this AI program is focusing on some points on your face, and then this animates. Like if you can see this video, I'll just show you this video. So now you may have enjoyed this video and understood that this AI program is focusing on some points on your face and then it animates it according to specific algorithm. So it comes in our mind that why can't it be used for a pain level detection, because we already use the face rating scale for the facial expression rating scale for the pain, and whichever scales we are commonly using are based on patient response or facial expression. So if AI can decide the pain level automatically, it will be more standardized, reliable and valid method, isn't it? Because it will not be a subjective then. But it's just a hunch and there is no much backing up to that. Maybe one of you or some of you can take this idea for future research. This research paper addresses to the fear right now in all of our minds, but currently in at least India we have not even started to being familiarized with this concept. So replacing physios will be quite far future, but yes, if it starts happening globally, so we will not be able to catch up or strategize our existence for sure. So we have to be updated in this area and we have to learn a lot. We have to go for the basics. We have to first become the technological literate for starting understanding these concepts first. Now the interesting part is, what if AI is dangerous? So I know that a lot of you have seen a lot of Hollywood movies and you have this question in your mind. So we can have such problems like the shortfalls of today's technology may also lead to real Terminator movie situation or the iRobot situation. If human could not stop the self-realization process of AI, then what will happen? And there is no possible check on data flow through World Wide Web system because it's so huge, it's so enormous that we cannot check, we cannot put the barriers on the data transfer or the data downloading. AI could be just another technological warfare product. So yes, definitely it can happen, and human instincts may diminish after voracious use of AI. So yes, that can happen, and so that's why it is important to club it with the emotional um, updation, or we can say to learn the emotional strategies to work with AI. So that area is also we have to include for education sector. So after so much of discussion, a small time for uh, a funny thing. So we have to just see that what happens if AI becomes angry.
好，快点切好，快点切好，快点切啊！对对对，不是这样，你要从这里切过去，从这里切，这里呀、
Okay. So thank you for patient listening, and this is how you say thank you in binary language, which is the language of computers. So you can see the link downwards and do some fun by writing your name in binary languages. Thank you very much. And if you have any queries or doubts, please contact me on my email. I will be happy to discuss more about this topic. But because this is a very new concept, which is a future concept, I'll say right now, so we can have a lot of discussion on these points. But still, thank you very much to all, and I hope and I wish a good health to you all. Thank you.